Hey guys, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies. Again, I don't know how long that beginning silence was. Should probably check that at some point. Anyway, I've made my first few structural upgrade things. I've actually made 12 of each. If you remember, I need the MK1, MK2 and the Void upgrade. And as I said, I made 12 each, so I've already used 10. I basically went through and all of them that already had more than a stack of an item, like this one. And keep in mind, they can take 64 stacks, so doing it at a stack is way early. And this one, and then I'll be done for the moment. And all the ones that basically have the gray interface thing, they have been upgraded to now be safe. And it's also very well ordered. I've got iron first, because that's the most common, then copper, tin, lead, aluminium, or aluminum, gold, nickel, silver, platinum, and then some of the more useful stuff I've put at the very front: diamonds, emeralds, redstone, glowstone. This yellorium will become useful later on. You'll see we'll need tons of it. Coal, of course, we need a lot of, and all this stuff here is basically for, as I said, applied energistics. And the rest of these items are more situational, and I won't end up using lots of them. I mean, bone meal, of course, for bone mealing trees and such. Amber, pure building block, completely useless from a technical point of view. Lapis, I will need some of it, but not too much. Same for the blaze powder, not that relevant. Gunpowder I could use to generate power using a TNT generator, I think. But that makes a lot of noise and doesn't produce much power for that, so... And then these fruit, completely useless cactus seeds, you need about one and then technically you're done. So, kind of pointless. These exotic seeds, I should really check at some point what they do. You grow something from them, but I don't know what. And we've already got a bunch of ancient spores. Considering the chance to get them is 1%, that's not bad. I also have 2 additional autonomous activators. And I went back and checked. The gravel one is working just fine, it's keeping up. Because the gravel one, it's only got the output of 1 pulverizer to fill it. The other 2 are, I can't click them from here, but just believe me, they are filling up. Because in addition to the, I can click them from here. In addition to the output of a single normal pulverizer, they also get the bonus output, I guess. So they both get the sand one gets the bonus output from 2 pulverizers, and the dust one gets the bonus output from 2 pulverizers. So they get a little more, meaning they are a little, well, little more demanding. So I'm just going to put more autonomous activators down. Not sure if these will now be enough. It doesn't look like it, no. Nope. I'll probably need more of them. And I know that because I used this setup in my private playthrough. I know that 5 of them are enough, so I will need 2 more autonomous activators, which, oh look, just by chance I have exactly the ingredients for that, except for the diamonds. Still waiting on those, because diamonds I'm kind of short on. Should also start making more of these void upgrades. I mean, I need a lot of them in the long run, but I have a lot of time to start making those. There's no immediate hurry. But now we're getting all these materials, and by the way, the overflow chest is completely empty, so it's working. But we're now getting all of these materials without investing any amount of work, except for setting up that system, of course. And that system is a bit of a hit on the FPS, so what I'll do most of the time is probably try to stay away from it a little bit. So it runs, but it doesn't all get rendered and all that. This system here, I've now turned off the igneous extruder, so it'll slowly run out. It still has a lot of gravel to go through. But I will end up probably pulling these items one by one and putting them into the other system. Now, there's a lot of things here that I don't really immediately require anymore. Oh yes, I was going to try these. That's the one, okay. So I need 1 cobblestone. Because what I'm... Actually, before I do that, I should really probably clean up a little more. Get rid of this. And... It's a little confusing because there's 2 books with that exact same name, Materials and You, and the quest book actually refers to a book called Materials and Me, which doesn't exist. However, that's not terribly relevant. This is. So let me just get all these. Okay. Now I know I need an Invar axe for something, so that goes like this, just like a normal axe, except you use Invar. And I want to make a planter. And this should work. Yes, it does. I need to make an Invar sickle, which works like this. And in just a second we'll see just why we need this. Now I know there's one that is I think the harvester. It goes like... does it take gold? It does. Nice. Harvester. And then I think the other one is something like... I don't know anymore. I think it takes furnaces actually. Because the pistons are for something else, but I don't know what goes on top anymore. Oh, a bucket. I think it's a bucket. Yes, it is. Okay, sludge boiler. Now these are required for a quest, but we can't quite complete the quest yet. So I just wanted to make them... Let me see, I should have the zombie killing thing. I don't know why this keeps doing itself. Because it's not supposed to work for mob traps. So, except for the mob trap, I'm not actually killing any zombies these days. I don't know why that said it was done. Anyway, we are going for learning to skyblock, I think it was the cultivating the harvest. So we've made the harvester, planter, Invar sickle and sludge boiler. And I'll show you what to do with these in a bit. And for the second bit we actually need to get this whole system going. I won't do that today though. So the machines I don't need right now. Sludge, sludge, sludge. And I'm making sludge as just a noise. It's not supposed to say sludge. I just noticed that. I need this. I also want about a stack of bone meal to begin with. Why not? Okay. And this is for another quest. We're now going to be working on steel-powered flight. And only the first bit. We can't go very far into this yet. Actually, we probably can. Anyway, steelworking and you. And we get this by putting the book called Materials and Me in a casting table and then pouring seared stone over it. Unfortunately, we can't do that because that book doesn't exist. I believe it's this book, though. Just have to wait for this cobblestone to melt. While we're doing that, I can show you what the sickle is used for. Yay for the backup. So, bone meal, of course. And you notice there's weird stuff on the ground. And then you use the sickle to break it all in a single swing. And I will definitely need diamond chest. Actually, I will definitely need 2, but this should work. Okay. I have this gate here because it might be that we are here in a forest biome. I don't think it works in forest biomes, but it might. If you have grass, friendly mobs can spawn on them, so sheep and cows and pigs and I think wolves as well. Which is bad because the wolves go mental and kill the sheep, but nothing you can take care of. So I was just making sure that if something spawned, it wouldn't wander off because I actually want something to spawn, but I will need to build a grass setup in a plains biome, which there's lots of biomes around, so that shouldn't be an issue. So we have got a dragon fruit sapling, a walnut sapling, a peppercorn sapling. These candleberries I will turn into candleberry seeds and put them in here. And there's lots of this. This is all added by different mods. So what you do is you just make and break the grass. And once there's a sufficient amount of junk lying around on the ground, you collect it up. This mod adds a bunch of trees, and this is Harvest Craft base, most of it. Some of it is Hunger Overhaul as well. It's a fairly complex system of mods. It just gives lots and lots of different food items that you can cook and grow and all that. And most of it you can just turn into seeds, which I just like this way of storing them because they all look so similar. And so we've got Brussels sprouts here, we've got cactus, candleberry, coffee, corn, cranberry, grape, peanut, pineapple, radish, rice, and sunflowers. And the trees, we've got avocado now as well, orange, peppercorn, walnut, dragon fruit, a lot and lots. Well, there's just a bunch of stuff. Let me just see. So Harvestcraft base has all these trees already in it. So apple, avocado, banana, coconut, cinnamon, as you can see, lots of options. And that's also got all the base cooking stuff in it. And then there's the Hunger Overhaul, which has even more stuff we can plant. All these seeds here. All of those we can get by bone mealing the ground, the grass, and sickling it. I will do that off camera and to try and get at least almost all of the possible seeds. I'm not sure if I'll go for actually getting all of them. Okay, 2 more of that. That should make another autonomous activator. Okay, because, yep, still keeping up. Okay, I think 1 more should be sufficient though. It'll be a little difficult to place. To place correctly, rather, because I can't really see very well in that tight space, but let's just roll with it and see where it takes us. Autonomous activator, give me that, thank you. Oh, wrong way. And I quite like the way this base looks now, even though I'm not a builder. So, really, if you're unhappy with the way this looks, I'm afraid I can't make things pretty. I've tried. It always ends up looking blocky and stone bricky because I love that block. I'll try to make some prettifications in later builds, but right now it's functionality. And that bit I'll get to eventually. So I think if I go up here, and it's all a little bit of a jumping puzzle kind of thing. Don't need that. Good thing is I can just chuck it in the air and it gets sucked up, and eventually maybe it'll... No, it doesn't. Okay, and I think I just maneuvered myself into a corner I can't get out of. Oh well. Luckily, with 2 layers of stone bricks here, so I don't die from that. And the final stone brick, we can actually test that now, because that's the reason I have this overflow chest in the end. This should eventually end up in here, unless it's kind of floating about in midair, which also sometimes happens. I guess we'll see in just a moment. It takes a while for the items to go all the way around. And wow, screen tearing is quite terrible with these barrels. So if I move fast, it all looks really bad. Okay. Approaching the 2 stacks for some of these items. Actually, I can check if I make this an input now. items that whiz by and are supposed to go beyond this point should be sucked up by that, because of it auto-connecting to the pipes, so that way I should be able to check if that... there's the stone brick, by the way, so that works. That way I can check if it's set up correctly, I think. Yes, so that's set up correctly, which means I now want to break this connection. And take all the stuff that's accidentally been put into it. And just put it back in the system. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, this should now be fast enough. Guess we'll see. I mean, it will take a while to actually notice whether it's fast enough or not. And there's some inconsistencies because it's the random chance to get the additional sand from the first cobblestone pulverizers. So there might be times when I'm just randomly getting more sand than normal and times when I'm getting less. I think in the long run this should now work out. If not, it's the end of how much I can add to it anyway, so it'll just back up eventually if it's not enough. And haven't gotten any more diamonds, that's a shame. I still need 2 more diamonds, even... I have enough emeralds, but... diamonds. Bit of an issue. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I think I need about 12 more of these void upgrade sets now. To make sure that keeps running. And this one's doing just fine. Okay. So I think I should talk a little about how... No, actually I shouldn't. I should do... Just take 4 of these Enderium, and actually... Take a gold, check the uses of that to make sure... I want to make 2 of these, basically. Okay, so I need 4 redstone, a bit of gold, 6 raw plastic, and 6 Enderium. 6 raw plastic is the same, or requires 6 of the raw rubber. So you go in here. I mean, I do technically need you, but I can take you out quickly and make you into the final upgrade, resonant energy cells. And now you can go just back down again. And are you supplying things with energy? You... Nah, don't want to fall. Yes, you do. Okay, brilliant. It actually preserves its configuration as you upgrade it, which is nice. Okay, that's good. And that should now actually be done. The redstone furnaces are very fast. I need 4 redstone, which I should have in here. Ooh, 2 diamonds! Yay! Final autonomous activator. Ta-da! So I can stop carrying all this junk around with me. 2 more raw plastic, and then that should be done as well. Thank you. And by next episode I will have removed that stuff, mostly. At least the sieving setup here will be gone. And I know I just made 1 too many autonomous activators because I have this one. And this one will just go to the gravel, just for symmetry's sake. All of them will have the 5 activators. Now I need this, and then it's... is this? Yeah. These are upgrades for the planter and the harvester. And by next time I will have probably set up the place where I want to use those. But it needs 600 and... what was it? 625 pieces of dirt, so I don't have that yet. But of course, since this is constantly providing me with zombie flesh, I will slowly be getting some. Okay, final autonomous activator. The last 2 episodes I haven't done much, but I mean, it's supposedly an LP, so I don't feel obligated to do interesting things all the time. Sometimes it's just nice to talk and show progress and all that. Why am I falling down? Falling down bad. Oop. Now once again, if I put this to an input, I should be seeing stuff flying in if it's oriented correctly. Because if this is an input, then that means the actual right-clicking face is facing into the sieve. So I have to wait a moment, because stuff has to fly by, I guess. And that works, so this shall now be an output again. And you shall be disconnected. And ta-da, I'll take you, and all this can go in there. Okay. I think the system is fixed now, and should be running... Let me see. Yeah, it's gotten slightly lower, so eventually this activator here, and by extension this one, they should run out. And then I'll be at sort of standard speed, I guess. And I already got another stack full here. I will need to make a lot of void upgrades. 10 ancient spores. I have no use for these beyond the single one I made. I might need one more eventually when I move the mycelium setup, so I don't have to use a silk touch item. But aside from that, pointless to even have them. But I'm a bit of a completionist, so I wasn't going to ditch any of these items. I was going to put a barrel for each one. Okay, 12 Yellorium, that's not very much. I can promise that next time more stuff will happen. That over there is, by the way, the setup for the planter and the harvester and all that. I will probably set that up. I don't think I have enough stuff, enough resources yet to connect it to a power supply. I might do... It'll be a while. But I have a lot pre-produced anyway, so I have shown how to make ender generators, all this stuff you know how to produce, so... And hey, you guys are done, right? But nothing here is really requiring much power, so those 10 million should last a while. Yeah, I guess it's pretty much AFK time. Oh, more things. And from time to time I come by here and sort of combine the broken items into less broken items to eventually get non-broken items to smelt down. Anyway, this is going to be it for this episode. Again, not much has happened, but that was an important step, and I wanted to make sure it's all perfectly clear and all very well understood. And I guess, yeah. Next time there will be lots of progress that I can show you. I will have probably finished that whole thing, which will be huge. And I think that's it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Yeah, I know, I forgot. Quick little afterthought. Let's pour some seared stone over this. Ta-da! So we get steel working in you. And so if you're playing this and you're confused, the sort of brownish version of the materials and U book, that's the one you want to use to make the steel working and U book. And I know the quest book gives you a wrong name. It says materials and me, which doesn't exist, and there's an apostrophe there which shouldn't be there. But just roll with it and you'll be fine. And that quest gives me Scorched Brick, Reward Pack, Water of Heart. I'll go for Yellorium Dust, just because I don't think I need Graveyard Soil at all. Okay, running ever so slightly low on carrot juice, but that's fine. And we have that book now. I'll just quickly open the reward bag, and then it'll really be the end of the episode. Ah, pearl oysters. Darn. Junk. Well, not anything I'd use. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you again soon. Bye bye.